Let's take you back to Pretoria, where we continue to monitor Women's Day commemoration. SABC senior news reporter Samkele Maseko is on standby and joins me now. Samkele, thank you so much for your time. Well, the president touched on some pertinent issues, some relevant issues too for women, particularly referencing the sporting arena and what needs to happen there in as far as inequality is concerned. Just talk to us about just some of the highlights of today.
Well, Unati, the president spoke extensively about gender-based violence and femicide muted against women within the country, saying that this is a particular scourge that the South African government needs to fight against, which is an imminent threat to women whom are presumably and are indefinitely under attack from male figures within the country. The president going as far as to saying that those who mute gender-based violence or who do gender-based violence against women should be denied bail, which would be police bail at the police station, and they should appear before a court of law. The president going as far as to saying that those who rape women should also be denied bail at all costs and must remain behind bars. And the president going further to say that those whom kill women must be given life sentence without a shadow of doubt. And also saying that the police officers, there are about 12,000 police officers across the country that have been trained to deal with gender-based issues where women go to police stations to open cases that relate to gender-based violence within the country. And also calling on the women here at the Union buildings who came for this commemoration to say that they should go out and ensure that there is a designated room in all police stations across the country that will be situated in police stations that will specifically deal with the issues of women who come to raise cases when it comes to gender-based violence, Unati.
And of course, the president also touched on what we're currently seeing playing itself out in the Western Cape, the ongoing taxi strike that does not seem at the moment to be stopping or abating. I mean, we know that, of course, at the moment, confirmed one person has died, several people have been arrested. What did he have to say?
The president was unequivocal in his condemning of the violence that is currently ongoing within the Western Cape, in the Cape Metro, and also in Stellenbosch. We saw that police station being burnt this morning, saying that we cannot justify the violence that is being associated with the taxi industry, in particular with Santaco in the Western Cape, saying that the rule of law needs to be upheld. And the president saying that they had to move this particular event from Khayelitsha in the Western Cape, in the Cape Metro, to the Union buildings because of the violence there in the Western Cape, saying that there needs to be a solution. There needs level-headed minds to sit around the table to deliberate and to resolve the particular crisis facing the city of Cape Town right now and the taxi strike to eventually be resolved, but saying that the government of the day needs to uphold the rule of law and that no South African should be allowed to break the law willy-nilly, Unati.
Samkele, as we wrap, you spoke to several government officials there, some women. Just talk to us about the sentiment of celebrating or commemorating this day.
Women are commemorating this particular day, but they are commemorating it sadly because of the scourge of gender-based violence and femicide that is going across the country. I saw a number of our colleagues tweeting and speaking about Unati Uinene, who died in the Western Cape at the hands of a man when she was willy-nilly walking about and doing her life. And that particular man decided to end her life in a very atrocious and barbaric manner. Many women here speaking about what they face in their various communities. Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, the minister in the presidency responsible for women, children and people living with disabilities, saying that women are not safe in their streets, in their homes, in their workplaces. They are not safe at all in all corridors of South Africa. So as much as they are commemorating Sophie de Bruyn, her message being read by her daughter as well, speaking about how women are not safe, whether they are old, they are young or they are children, they are not safe across the board because of this scourge of gender-based violence and femicide, which has pretty much clouded this commemoration of the Women's March, where they marched to the Citadel of Power here at the Union buildings. 20,000 women marching here, but today speaking about the atrocities that they face at the hands of us men, and also speaking of how they are excluded in the corporate sector, in the financial sector, excluded in the workplaces, and how there must be equal pay between men in the sporting fraternity, speaking about the injustices that Banyana is facing, and how a failing and underperforming Bafana is getting millions and millions of money, yet a team that has broken the barriers and shattered the ceiling wall within South Africa to go to the last 16 in the World Cup is not receiving equal pay. Also, the netball team not receiving equal pay, such as the Springboks, whom yesterday, when we spoke to Nokawe Mafu, the Deputy Minister of Sports and Recreation, saying that in the announcement of the Springbok team to the World Cup, you could just smell money. But with Banyana, you could just smell poverty.